So this video is just an introduction to how we're going to be doing our computer coding in Physics AP. And a couple of resources that you'll want to locate on your computer are code blocks, the actual IDE as it's called for doing the coding, and then the directory that has the useful guides and videos that are helpful to get you through the various programming tasks that we're going to do. If you do actually open up that programming files directory, what you'll find is a few things in there. You'll find a directory called guides, and then a couple of just Word files. One is called manual and the other one is called tasks. If you were to open up the manual one, it's actually a nice little document that you can use as just a quick little resource to see exactly how the spelling or the syntax is for the various commands that we're going to do. It can be a very useful document to just page through while you're doing your coding. The other one, called tasks, is actually a list of the various things that you're going to be trying to code. There are quite a few of them there, working all the way up to the tic-tac-toe program that we're going to do. If you were to go into guides, you'll actually find that there's a couple of other folders in there that have just some sample programs in C and in C++, and then some videos as well, right, including this video, which can be useful if you wanted to just do a quick little refresh on how to do the various tasks that we're doing and the coding that we do. But for now, let's actually try and fire this up. Let's actually go and launch code blocks. And when you first launch it, you're going to see a window that looks something similar to this. And then to create an actual project, you'll want to go to the upper left and click on File. And then when the various menus pull down, you'll want to select New and slide over, and then go down and select Project. And then you'll see this dialog box open, and you'll want to select the option Console Application. And when you do, you'll probably see this screen. If people haven't already, select the Skip Next Time box, and you can just hit Next on that. And then you'll have to decide whether it's going to be a C or a C++ program that you're going to write. So here would be me trying to do a C++ file, and then I click on Next. And then you'll have to put in the name of this project. You can call it whatever you like, Task 1, Program 1, whatever you would like to put in goes there, and it'll actually create a little subfolder for you in your programs directory. Then you can click Next. One more box shows up just saying, all right, which compiler should we use? And the default should be fine, so you can just go ahead and click Finish. And then over on kind of near the left side of your screen, you're going to see this part to the window. You'll see this option down there where it says Sources, and it may or may not show your actual main program. You may have to actually open up the sources in order for you to see that option to see main. And then when you do, if you double click on main, then you'll actually see your program. And so the first program that it puts in there every single time looks something like this. And it just does a very simple task. It prints Hello World out on the screen. And F9 is going to be the button that we use to actually compile, to get the program ready to go, and to actually launch it as well. So you can try pressing F9, and then it will actually go and do this. It'll display on the screen Hello World, and then wait for you to hit any key in order to have that window go away. Just taking a little closer look at that line that says Cout. That's actually the instruction from C++ that tells it to print Hello World on the screen. Cout is the monitor, and the little red arrows show you what is heading towards the monitor. So that phrase, Hello World, will actually get displayed, minus the quotation marks. And then there's that ENDL, which will actually just feel like hitting an enter on the screen. It will force a new line as stuff gets printed out. So when you run the program, it'll look pretty much exactly like that. And then wait for you just to hit any key to close the little black window that appears. That ENDL, again, is something that we're going to use quite a bit, and it's just an instruction that says, all right, after you've printed Hello World, kick down a line, so if anything else gets printed, it'll get printed down on the line below Hello World on the screen. There are some differences between C and C++, quite a few actually, but just pointing out a few here right off the start, just when we go to print things out. In C++, we use the command cout, and ENDL is a little code we can use to be one of those little enter strikes to cause it to kick down a line. And you can actually have multiple ENDLs get sent out to the screen if you want to have some extra white space in there. When you're programming in C, it doesn't have the cout command. Instead, it has printf, and then you'll open up some brackets, and then in quotes you can print whatever you would like to have on the screen. So you could actually type out Hello World. And it doesn't have the ENDL option either. Instead, inside the blue quotes, you can go \n whenever you want to have an enter or a carriage return get printed. It will not print the actual /n on the screen. Instead, it will actually do the very same thing as ENDL does in C++. It will kick the actual output to the screen down a line. And you can have multiple \n's in a row, and that will actually just give you some extra white space when you're printing out on the screen. So that should be enough to get you started. Try actually firing it up and then hitting F9, and that will be your very first program.